Welcome to Introduction to Python. My name is Max, and I've been programming with Python for nearly a decade now. And I've been helping beginners like you learn Python for the past several years. In this course, I'm going to teach you how to read and write Python code, how to effectively create and use objects, how to understand how you might solve a problem with a loop. But more than that, we're going to start you off on your journey of continuously learning in the Python language. That's a lot to learn, but as I mentioned, one of the core objectives in this course is to help you begin your continuous learning journey. So this course is not meant to teach you everything that you absolutely have to know about Python, but it's supposed to teach you enough as a starting point. Let me explain. When we created this course, we tried to narrow it down to the things that you need to learn right now, the 20% that is so important that without it you can't move forward. So if you think of Python as though it's this iceberg, you can imagine that we're giving you 20% that you can see above the water, which means that 80% of it will be hidden beneath the surface, and we're just not going to focus our attention on these pieces. These pieces of Python are perhaps important later on in your journey, but you don't need to learn them right now. We are just giving you the core parts that you need in order to help you unlock the 80% that might remain. Along this line of thinking, and because I like analogies, I'd like you to think of learning concepts of Python as though they were raindrops to be collected in a jar. So you can imagine that one raindrop might be a lambda function, another raindrop might be a list or set or iterables or just regular old functions. When you're collecting raindrops, you don't need to collect them in order. You don't need to learn all these Python concepts in order. And in fact, if you learn a little bit about lists and are stuck on a concept, I'd encourage you to just move on, because we're going to get more exposure with lists, and there might be another raindrop that you're going to collect in another module or another reading that you might do. And it will all go into a single jar such that that knowledge will be there, and you'll have access to it, and you'll be able to just use this and go forward. As you take this course, you're going to be watching a lot of videos. But importantly, I want you to appreciate that learning something, whether it be a language like Python, a language like Mandarin, or an exercise like swimming, none of these things are passive, right? Like swimming is not passive, coding is not passive, coding is not a spectator sport, and so your full participation is necessary. That means that if you want to learn how to program in Python effectively, you need to take every single line of code that I write in this course and actually get your hands on the keyboard and type out every single line. That's the only way that you're going to learn, because if you just passively consume all of this content, you're never going to be able to develop the muscle memory required to actually touch and feel code and understand what it's doing under the hood. In several places, I hit errors, and that's sometimes intentional. I want you to see and feel what it's like to hit an error and get past it, because that's what programming is all about. Along with typing out every single line of code that I type out, we also are providing some quizzes to help you reinforce your learning. So we're going to be checking specific syntax, trying to stretch your memory about certain things. We're going to be integrating some challenges as well. But I really hope that you enjoy what we put together. I think that we've got a really solid course that will teach you the 20% of Python that you need to know right now in order to start your learning journey. And so I invite you to get started. Let's have some fun, because I certainly had a lot of fun making this for you.